Bobby, who put the trash in the steel-only dumpster?
Wasn't me.
Bobby, did you leave the tow motor parked like this?
Wasn't me.
Whoa! Who didn't flush?
Wasn't me.
Hey, Ross, are you busy?
Yeah, a little bit. Why?
Hey, can I talk to you for a minute?
Just give me a second.
Listen, I just took a walk out in the shop. The metal hopper outside is full of trash. The tow motor's parked unmanned with the forks at eye level, and then the god-awful mess in the bathroom. And when I asked who did it, you know what they said?
Let me guess. Wasn't me.
Yeah, how'd you know?
Wasn't me? He's responsible for a lot of things around here.
What are you talking about?
Wasn't me? He works here.
Wasn't me, you have a call on line 3. Wasn't me, you have a call on line 3.
What are you talking about?
He's been here from the very beginning. In fact, he was the third one we hired.
Third one?
When we hired the first two people and something went wrong, we knew right away who did it. Then when we hired Wasn't Me, he's been to blame for a lot of things ever since.
Wasn't Me is an employee here?
Hey, listen, he's our most dependable employee. He's the first one here, the last one to leave. He floats around on all 3 shifts. In fact, I came in early the other morning and I said, hey, who forgot to make a pot of coffee? Guess what everybody told me?
Let me guess. Wasn't me.
Bingo, Mikey. Now you're catching on.
How many incidents has Wasn't Me been responsible for?
Okay, let me think. He always walks by air hoses on the ground, never picks them up. Always uses that tool cart to go in the part room, never puts tools away, just leaves them right there for somebody else to put away. I was out there earlier today and there was just a mess everywhere, and he had just spilled a bunch of rivets in the parts room the other day and just left them for somebody else. He's sloppy with his work orders. He leaves them laying around everywhere. You never know where the paperwork is. Leaves ladders leaning up against trailers all the time. Doesn't empty the trash. Hey, he doesn't spray in the bathroom after he's done. And you know what, Mike? The good news is he always wears his PPE.
You mean to tell me he's responsible for everything we just talked about? Everything you told me about? And we still have him on our payroll?
Well, you know, when you put it like that... yeah.
Wasn't me, please report to the branch manager's office. Wasn't me, please report to the branch manager's office.
Listen, Wasn't Me. I know you've been with us for a very long time. You're one of our more dependable employees, and you've done a lot of good things for us here at Star Leasing. To be honest with you, I've even blamed some things on you at home. But that's beside the point. You've become a safety, risk, and liability, not only to yourself, but to all of the Star Leasing employees. Therefore, we're going to have to let you go. Okay, Wasn't Me. If you ever make it in politics and you need a good reference, just let us know and we'll help you out.
Attention, attention. We are happy to announce that Wasn't Me is no longer employed at Star Leasing Company. Yay! Effective immediately, all Star Leasing employees will take ownership and have accountability for all critical safety behaviors, both individually and observed.
Give me a hug, Wasn't Me. We're gonna miss you, man. Don't go changing. Don't go changing, Wasn't Me. Give me a hug.
Hi, my name is Robert Hollenbach. I'm a consultant with the Department of Labor and Industries here in Washington State. I'm sitting here on the floor of the Tacoma Dome, the world's largest freestanding wooden structure, to help you visualize what might otherwise be a dry statistic. According to the U.S. Department of Labor, enough Americans suffer eye injuries at work each and every month to fill this entire area past its seating capacity.
And if that's a depressing statistic, so is the related one. 90% of those injuries would have been prevented just by the use of proper eyewear. There are dozens of things in every workplace that pose hazards to our eyes, the most fragile, exposed parts of our bodies. Sparks, chemicals, flying particles, and a significant number of trips to the emergency room every year are caused by splinters in the eye. The effect of those hazards can be demonstrated by a common tool, and one that's a common cause of injuries, the stapler. An injury like that would probably have been prevented just by wearing ordinary eyeglasses. However, ordinary eyeglasses aren't really an effective form of eye protection, as this person discovered while using a powered lawn edger. Nail guns, for example, are causing more and more workplace injuries with every passing year. Regular eyeglasses simply aren't designed to protect eyes from sharp, high-impact objects. To demonstrate, we put a pair of regular eyeglasses on our friend Yorick. Not only did the glasses fail to protect his eyes, the lenses themselves created their own hazard when they shattered. It's also common to see people depending on sunglasses for eye protection. Again, not only inadequate as protection, but adding to the hazard when hit with an object. And even some of those things we think are safety glasses don't protect our eyes like they should. A pretty high price to pay for some companies' decision to sell shoddy imitations. To put it simply, if they don't have the ANSI Z87 stamp on them, don't gamble your precious eyesight on them. Sometimes you have to look closely to see it, but it's worth your effort to find the stamp. It's also important to note that these have side shields. Many of the injuries to people wearing regular glasses came from the side. So let's see how well the ANSI-rated safety glasses hold up to a nail gun. Note off to the right the muzzle of the nail gun. It's at point-blank range. Quite an impact, but not an eye injury. And with a different pair of ANSI-rated glasses, see that dimple? What a difference from regular glasses or from the so-called safety glasses that weren't ANSI-rated. And a third pair of ANSI-rated glasses, and a third success. It's pretty impressive. But what's even more impressive? Some of these glasses cost less than $7. Not much more than most of us can find on the cushions of our living room furniture. Seems like a pretty simple choice, doesn't it? $7 for something that will protect our eyes against a 16-penny nail fired at close range? Compare that to the others. Regular glasses won't protect you, or sunglasses that won't either, or the fake safety glasses that only give you a false sense of protection. It really is an easy choice when you know what to look for. But I was curious, just how good are these safety glasses? So I asked John Crossman, shooting coach instructor with the NRA, to help me find out. Range is clear. Ouch! That was quite an impact, and poor Yorick. At first it didn't look like the bullet went through the glasses, but what happened was that the lens material closed back up as soon as the bullet went through it. The important lesson, of course, is that a pair of safety glasses by themselves won't protect against all the hazards in the workplace. It's important to choose the right kind of eye protection. Handling chemicals, using a grinder or a lathe, welding, you'll want more appropriate eye protection. But for the majority of workplace situations, just a simple pair of ANSI-approved safety glasses will keep your very precious and very vulnerable eyesight protected. And it's important to remember that there is no substitute for practicing safety at all times. In closing, let me go back to the statistic. 90% of workplace eye injuries would have been prevented simply by wearing proper eye protection. Basically, that would empty out all those seats in the rest of the dome, but still leaving 2,000 to 3,000 people in these sections. Again, each and every month of the year. But it's worth asking, would we still have that many eye injuries if, just by the act of putting on eye protection, people were more aware of eye hazards and unsafe practices where they work? Then maybe we could, month after month, keep these seats just as empty as they are now. Because eye injuries are about more than some temporary pain, medical bills, and some days away from work. They're about people losing part or all of their ability to enjoy the beauty we're surrounded by and often take for granted every day. It's about being unable to fully enjoy those things that used to make our lives so enjoyable.
I just love this dress that Grandma sent me. I feel so pretty in it. Oh, Mommy, I only wish you could see how pretty I look.
I'm the sous chef here. With any luck, I should be head chef by next year. I've got this amazing fiancé, who I won't be marrying this weekend, because I'm about to be in a terrible accident. But really, I should have cleaned up the grease over there, and they should never put the deep fryer so close.
Somebody help me!
I'm working overtime because I want to take my family on a nice vacation. Soon they get a call telling them I was killed in an accident. But hey, I'm wearing a busted harness here. And the company should have checked those tanks.
There's been an accident! Run, get some help! Put the scanner! Call the ambulance! Hey, Jim! You take care of that skid? Yeah. Call 911! We got an accident here!
This was no accident. The company knows it's against code to store that much weight up there. I knew I should have been focused on what I was doing. And it's obvious the supervisor didn't report that broken shelf.
Accident? There's no accident. The company should have replaced that ladder years ago. I knew I shouldn't have reached over like that. And why isn't there a strict policy about two people doing a job like this?
James was with our company for 10 years before this tragic accident.
Whoa. Accident? What are you talking about? Your company never fully trained me to deal with high voltage wires. And the way they were insulated, it was obvious someone wanted to get home in a hurry. What was I thinking? Not wearing all of my safety equipment.